Yeah, that's what I mean.
Rather than anyone thing in it.
Joined at the hip. Magnetising
Look
each
at the
other.
bee.
Yeah, lovely bee, isn't it? Buzzing around.
Gorgeous.
Having a lovely little time.
Yeah. You get everything you need there, or we
it's
just
lovely.
talk bollocks.
Yeah, we're talking bollocks. With our bollocks out. Lovely place to be.
You happy with that indie drive, eh?
Oh, this is terrible. Really bad. I'm embarrassed.
You're gonna have to lose that hat, man.
Are you having a laugh? The hat's not going anywhere, man.
No. Seriously, you're gonna have to. You need to be the brand. That's taken over.
The hat is part of the brand, man. I'm not losing the hat.
Look, I'm your friend. I'm trying to guide you in the right direction. You don't want to listen to me? That's your choice.
You know what? I just think you're jealous.
Jealous of what? The hat?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jealous me hole.
From Tsunami Studios, Transmission TV presents Friday Night Live, hosted by Kozak, deMars.
What is the story, everybody? How's it going? What is the crack? Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Transmission TV. I'm absolutely delighted we're here back again, guys. We unfortunately had to reschedule last week's show due to some technical issues because of our internet service provider. Of course, without the internet, we can't do fuck all in here. So luckily, we got it all fixed, and absolutely delighted to be back. We've got a great show once again, as always. We got some brilliant guests. I forgot their names. Actually, I didn't bring any script or anything with me today. Actually, I feel so unprepared, Keto. It's just this technical glitch completely put me off everything. How are you keeping in there? Hope everything's well in your little box over there. There's a nice little white square. Absolutely love it. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so we've got our first technical error of the day. Woohoo! That didn't take long. Absolutely excited and delighted to be back again, guys. It's been too long. It's been about 3 weeks. We do have a fantastic show. We've got some music. We've got some great interviews. We've got some sketches. And we got loads of great stuff in between and a couple of little bit of surprises there as well. So you got to stay tuned to check it all out. We're going to be here until 9 p.m. this evening, so do hang around.
Am I there
There's
now?
Keto. Where are you? There you are.
Yeah, I'm down here.
Right, how are you keeping? You all right?
Grand, yeah. I just wanted to be a white box there for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, overexposed a little bit, weren't you?
Yeah, it was just overexposed.
Yeah, the sun got
shining so bright,
You're
so
shining
brightly.
so bright, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, you all right then anyway, yeah?
Yeah, I've been doing well. How are you?
Yeah, great.
I've been living in this cave. Don't even know what's going on in the real world.
Yeah, I lost my hat, man. Did you see that earlier?
Yeah, like what the
Archie's
am I
such
allowed
a
first?
fucking prick,
Can't
man.
remember.
He fucking did that deliberately. He took my hat and everything. I don't know.
Am I too orange there, or am I alright?
Nah, you're grand,
Yeah, I'm grand, am I?
Yeah.
I think I might be.
Anyway, he took my hat. I don't know what's going on. But look, anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
We'll continue on with the show. Good to see
Archie
you.
lads.
Yeah.
Man, I think we need to steal something of his.
we might need to steal something from his. Yeah. Maybe a soul.
Something from his, is that it?
Yeah, something from his. Thanks. That, you said that. That's you.
No, I said something of his.
Oh, okay, whatever. Anyway, go on. Get back in your box there. Right,
I'll be back.
By the way, it's been almost a year since Transmission Festival. August 1st, I believe, Transmission Festival was launched. Exactly 1 year ago, we were in the planning stages of the whole festival. It's been absolutely crazy. I'm so happy that we made it because of myself, of course, bringing it into Transmission TV. Obviously did most of it by myself. I can't remember the hosts. They were great as well, but I can't remember their names. I don't know what's going on with my memory. But they did a pretty decent job. But I'm really happy to be the host of this show personally myself. So yeah, absolutely chuffed to be doing it. So 1 year, absolutely
is amazing.
What the?
Like, I mean, it's cool that you forgot my name and all when you rose to stardom and got yourself a studio. Like, I mean, what am I to you, the token Irish music industry girl?
Rebecca, how are you doing?
Good. How are you, Kozak?
Great to see you.
Yeah, so you remember my name now. This is good. This is
Yeah.
good. So you did Transmission all by yourself,
How did you get in here?
Well, me and Keitho, you know, that was the whole blip with his
Keitha,
screen.
what the fuck, man, is wrong with you and leaving that door open?
You see-
First it was Whacker, but no, it's great to see you though. Honestly, it's fantastic to see you, Rebecca.
I mean, that day I changed my t-shirt 35 or 36 times to try and encompass the entirety of the Irish music industry.
You did.
And subliminally give messages to everyone about a beacon of hope for us. That's a year ago. That's actually 11 months ago. It's not even a year ago, right? I am absolutely like delighted that today brought me here to Dublin so I could come and visit you. And now I see you on camera and you're saying that you did this all by yourself?
No, I didn't. No, listen, sorry, this is a bit embarrassing. No, I didn't have a script. I read through a prompt, you see, so I was making stuff there.
I tune into your show
it's great
every
to see you.
single
it's
time.
It's great to see you, seriously.
I am commenting, I am coming up with questions.
Is there no security or anything? We're not getting... No? Okay, so I guess you're here with me for the show, Rebecca.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I leave that door open because I want people to come in to kind of take over your job, you know?
Any objections with this whole Transmission Music Festival is like...
Well, now that you mention it,
for fuck's
do you know what?
sake, are you serious?
Kozak deMars, the hatless wonder here, standing in front of me, fixing to tell myself and Rebecca Cappuccini that Transmission TV is a success without the two faces that launched 1,000 streams.
Did you both plan this together or what's going on here?
Look,
What is this?
We met earlier in February's for a few
Adam, you need
pints
to
and we
zoom
got a
out
bit
that
inspired
middle camera
that
a little
since
bit.
I was here and the show was on and that we just got a
You need to
reminder
zoom
on
out that little
Facebook and we were like,
camera a
will we
bit.
just walk out there? And we walked out there. It's actually quite the walk.
A reminder on Facebook, Kozak, not even a personal invite.
Not even a message.
Text, a message.
Hey guys, I heard you were in
Smoke signals in the
Dublin.
sky.
Like you knew I was coming to Dublin. I was going to see you tomorrow. I came a day early and now I'm here.
Okay, guys. Here's what I'll do. Okay. You can stay for the show. I'm not going to get Adam to kick you out. But you have to be on your best behaviour. How's that?
Well, do you know what? I'm not totally
You're not finished
into
yet,
that.
are you?
I'm not
Okay.
totally finished yet because you know what?
You know, I'm not even surprised. All right, coming from
I
you.
was balragged into doing this Transmission TV a year ago.
And you did such a great job.
I was promised the moon, the star. I was promised the sun, the moon, and the stars Transmission TV.
I might have
viewers.
oversold it.
Do you know what? I wrote the bios. I went in, I made friends with everybody.
You wrote the newsletter.
Cappuccini and myself, we got this all going together at a moment's notice, at the drop of a hat. Do you know
Took
what?
us 6
I'm
weeks
sorry about
to
this,
pull it
guys. I'm sorry
together.
Do it for
Like,
nothing. 6 weeks to put it together. I didn't do it for
Woo,
nothing.
party!
Planning to launch my
Peter, I'm
brand.
pissed off with you, man. This is all your fault.
Who did we have? We had Kevin Casey. I was gonna do so much with Kevin Casey. Dunluvly, the things we could have done together.
Pretty good lineup.
You bastard. You even took our most wonderful breastside boys off me. So do you know what? I can't forgive you, and we're going to have to just do something to make sure that
You want an exchange.
We're going to have to sweeten the deal.
Right, you want an exchange, obviously. Put me on the spot in front of everybody, live here in my studio. Right? This is Transmission TV. What is this? What are you doing for what? No, stop this. I'll give you Brayside Boys. All right, but I want something in return.
Listen, I will take your bracelet, boys, as a gesture, a very kind gesture, and I will swap you, let's say, how about Dunluvly and all the Queen's horses? How's that sound for you?
Do you know what? I will take that offer. You're lucky that they're good artists.
Well, you're lucky that I have them here tonight with me.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Well, how about you, since you seem to have brought all these artists, because obviously you're doing my job for me all of a sudden. How about you sit down at that desk
Yes.
and do my job for me?
doing your job for you. That sounds like a great idea. Let's just do it. All right.
It sounds kind
How
of
about we make this happen?
what I would
Fair
normally
enough.
ask for anyway, right? From somebody.
There we go. Well, why did you make yourself comfortable?
All right, Rebecca, you sit on that couch. And I guess we resolved our issues, right, guys? We're cool?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see if we
We'll
are cool.
see.
Listen,
Cool, I think I'll do a nice
Just about.
wipe up there.
got back on level terms with me.
Well, I'm
Mr.
just going to sit
Kozak.
here.
And I guess you're very, very welcome to Transmission TV with myself, Maximillion Foy, and the absolute face that runs the place, the remarkable Rebecca Cappuccini.
Hi.
If you're tuning in late, that's Kozak over there. And we have a great show for you today. We have a fantastic show for you today. We have, as we said, we got Dunluvly, we got all the Queen's horses, and how about we get our first guest over here today? Dunluvly is a multi-instrumentalist born and raised in Dublin City with roots in traditional Irish music and psychedelic indie rock. His sound is often described as sonically rich experience. His latest single, Hazy, is on repeat here at Transmission Studios. It's just absolutely amazing, and we're delighted to have him here today. So please, out in Transmission TV land, put your hands together for the amazing Dunluvly.
Hello guys.
Woo!
Hey, what's the crack?
I'm Kozak, but Rebecca actually bought a t-shirt off me.
Oh, that's cool. You know what, Max? That was a decent intro. That was decent.
Do you know what, Ed?
I'll give you
Dunluvly,
that.
you have just raised the tone around here because it's lovely to have another professional in the room besides myself and Rebecca. So, Dunluvly, as I said, you're on constant repeat here on at Transmission Towers with your amazing single, Hazy. We've been really loving your stuff, and I wanted to ask you. Hazy is such a lovely piece of music, but I read it was 3 years in the making from getting that to concept to getting it out. Why did that take so long?
I suppose it was just kind of one of them ones that I didn't want to rush.
Really?
It's a song that's sort of about my meditation practice is essentially what the entire song is about, and because of that, I felt like rushing it, and giving like a false pretense for it. It didn't make any sense for me. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
So when it was ready, it came into the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So was lockdown an influence in getting that song finished? Like obviously with lockdown, you had a lot of time for meditation.
I did. I had a lot of time to myself. Actually, I spent the majority of the lockdown. I was living in it was sort of like a converted shed in about as rural as you could find in Ireland.
Awesome.
I was about 200 meters from the closest road, so everything I owned I had to carry down into this sort of field, and I set it up like a studio. And so it was a real time of learning for me.
You were essentially getting to know yourself and getting to know the world around you again. That's fantastic. And can you tell me a little bit about your meditation practices?
Yes, it's just it's always been a bit of a part of my life. My parents have been quite influenced by it, and we've got other people that have, we have a shaman that sort of lives with our family at the minute and stuff like that. And I've just gone through various practices myself just over the years.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it will be a big part of my
We
life.
weren't extremely angry at Kozak. We would tell you of his love for meditation.
You're angry. I'm fuming here.
Okay.
That's okay.
Although
But
I like
listen,
you, Dunluvly. Don't worry.
Do you know
Thanks,
what?
We're cool.
I appreciate
I
it.
just think you should feel that and realise where those triggers come from and grow through them.
You know what? This isn't about us. This is about Dunluvly here. Okay, we'll resolve this part later.
So speaking of triggers, we have a couple of interesting people on the chat today. We
Okay.
have obviously David Duggan, Don't Mind Him Dunluvly. He's our living troll. We also have a few folks that have come on for yourself, like we got Kieran Gale says Yup Dunluvly. So
That's
you
Kieran
know,
Gale, the man
he'll
himself,
go up here.
my best
If you
friend.
have any questions for Dunluvly as we go through this, please feel free to drop it into the comments, and we'll have a look and we'll read it after we come back.
I have a
after your segment
question.
We're going to show later on. Go ahead, young Kozak.
I have a question for Dunluvly.
Okay,
Tell us a little bit about the origin of your name, brother.
Oh, my name. So my name is just what I used to work in a bike shop, and the bike shop had a load of mechanics, and the mechanics were awful for giving people abuse and stuff, but I was just always very nice to them all for the most part. So my surname is Dunleavy. So over about 5 years it developed into Dunluvly.
There you go.
And it kind of stuck outside of the shop as well. So it's just
How
a
long were you
nickname,
in that
basically.
shop?
I was there for 5 years.
No
I was
way.
there for 5 years of my life, yeah.
Awesome.
From the age of, I think I was 15 when I begun, and I quit there, I think when I was about coming into 20, just in college and stuff.
So I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and I'm going to say that using your hands and working with your fingers played a part in developing that absolutely gorgeous finger picking style that you have. Like it's so luscious. Like you marry together with more modern instruments and stuff. Who are your biggest influences that you can describe?
Well, that's a tough
when it comes to
question.
that style? And how did you come up with that style?
That style, so I was a big fan of Ben Howard
Okay.
and Damien Rice growing up, and I suppose it kind of originated from that. I was a big fan of like dad fad tuning, you know, dropping down the tuning
absolutely.
on the guitar. I love it. It's absolutely amazing. So yeah, Ben Howard would be one of the main ones. He all of his songs. It's almost as though he just makes it up on the spot. He just tunes them however he can.
So I want to talk to you as well about, you know, you have your finger picking style, but lyrically, like you've got some lovely lyrics and sounds like, you know, Rocking Boat. Like as I told you earlier, I was stuck into that EP, like really dug into it. But you've got like a really, really, I won't say a simplistic like lyrical style, but you know it's accessible as well as being, you know, deep, and you know it's coming from deep inside yourself. So I was going to ask you what your process is of just, you know, coming up with, like, they're very, very rich, I suppose, dreamscapes that you have. Like, you know, you can listen to your words and we can like picture what you're talking about. So what's your
I suppose my process, it's not one, I wouldn't really have any rubric for it. I don't really approach it the same way every time. The best way I've kind of come to, I suppose, describe it over the years is just that I was listening to the Blind Boy podcast actually, and he was talking about music as it's just another form of a language, you know, in terms of just interpreting, you know, language is just kind of interpreting emotion at the end of the day. And so what has always made the most sense to me in that regard has been music. So I guess it's just if I feel particularly strongly about something, I'll be able to put it through chords, and then just kind of
I recently did a podcast myself where someone referred to music as the most instant form of creation. Because when you're creating any other form of art, you have to wait for the paint to dry, or you have to actually go through the process, whereas music is pretty instant satisfaction. Do you know what I mean? Like
completely.
even with photography, you have to wait for like you to do all the edits or anything like that, but you can actually get from the creation verb to your hands pretty much straight away. So that's fascinating.
Yeah, and
that's
especially
your
with stuff like improv and stuff like that and jamming.
So kind of along the same path, like, you know, you obviously have your meditation, you have these deeply personal lyrics, and I don't know if is this a derogatory term to describe you as a bedroom producer?
No,
because I feel like everybody's a bedroom producer these days.
Yeah, it's the best way to do it.
You've been a bedroom producer since before the pandemic kicked in, so you had that. Did you find that you were in almost your comfort zone as a bedroom producer?
Yeah, completely.
Meditating, being at ease with yourself when we came to COVID.
It was always it was a thing that I planned to do kind of anyway, regardless of COVID. It was kind of ironic that I was sort of planning almost a year of isolation before the world kind of fell into a year of isolation anyway. Just inspired, there's an artist called Matt Corby, and he did a similar thing. He just went and lived in kind of in nature for a year and built an album around it. So I wanted to do something.
So you've prepared.
Along the same regard, yeah. And so
you talk about being, you know, kind of isolation of being isolationist, but you actually have struck up some really, really interesting partnerships with a lot of interesting artists. Like I was talking to you earlier about Mark Duggan.
Yeah, Mark Duggan.
Like you guys, the harmonies on that song are just absolutely astounding. Yeah. You also work with have worked with Baby Lamb, who people in the transmission TV land will know are like an amazing like, you know, queer pop band, and they're absolutely fantastic. Like what did you see in those collaborations?
Yeah, I'm hoping in the future we're going to kind of actually start compiling some music together, because we've worked on so many projects together in the past, just not really gotten to you know, release any actual, you know, music out onto streaming services or anything. So yeah, I'm great friends with Toby and Keane, the guitarist, and Alicia. Toby and Keane, they were in my music technology class in Maynooth University.
Awesome.
So yeah, we all kind of, you know,
also a fellow Maynooth alumni. Now, we've talked a lot about your music, and we're going to talk a bit more about your music. We're going to have a Q&A when we come back. So folks, if you're going to answer a question or ask a question, now is the time. But what we're going to do now is we're going to head over and listen to your first song that you recorded exclusively for Transmission TV, and it's called Sleeves.
it's colder when we let it in. But if first we go all around, it burns away our sins. The scars sit upon our skin. No wearing sleeves, we're not Magdalens. We might be battered to laundry, but I feel a sense of kin. My hatred for this place wore thin with a childish grin. The space is what you make it, and the birds will always sing. The pseudo-faith that lingers round the families of gold. As we rebuild our home, we tango better as we grow. Relinquish all the stakes we had to deal with on our own. I'll never watch us fold, see our blood turn cold. Said I wanna watch my brothers grow old. From his mother how to spread his wings. But once he lost his dream to nothing just to feel so masculine. A love for lost rekindled him. The childish grin, it pretended to win. But some way along the water saw his mother start sinking. The strongest person they all know was in decline in a ripped and snow. But in the blithers she saw the hazy shore to take her home. The pseudo-fate that lingers round the families of gold. As we rebuild our home, we tango better as we've grown. Relinquish all the stakes we had to deal with on our own. I'll never watch us fold, see our blood turn cold. Said I wanna watch my brothers grow, scratching at my walls, it's late at night. Sleep burns my eyes, but it holds me tight. The walls get steep as paranoia flies, but I've learned to fight until it runs dry. Well, there's a fire in the house again, and it's colder when we let it in. But if first we go all around, it burns away our sins.
Hello folks, you're very welcome back to Transmission TV with myself, Maximillion Foy, the amazing Rebecca Cappuccini. We got Dunluvly on the couch, and we have a very gaseous Kozak deMars over here who has moved over, capless and all. But you know what? I think, you know, we talked it out, we worked it out during
we're
during
good,
the
aren't
wonderful
we?
sleeves by Dunluvly. I think we're good.
You're doing a great job, by the way.
I'm feeling the vibe. Thank you very, very much.
Let's get rid of all that past stuff. You know?
Do you know what? And
we've worked through it.
We'll talk about it for you after a bit. Like,
yeah.
you know, we don't need to talk.
We'll give our hugs
now.
later.
We need to talk to Dunluvly.
Dunluvly. Actually, his last name's Dunluvly.
Well, what we have been doing during the wonderful song Sleeves is we have been asking our transmission listeners for a couple of songs for you, and we have Leah Soanes.
Oh, yeah.
Who do you know, Leah?
I do. She's
awesome.
one of my great friends.
Well, she probably knows the answer to this question. Which artist would you love to work with?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Irish or like the whole world?
It can be anyone.
Absolutely.
I'd love to work with an Irish artist called Local Boy. You might know of him. He's just really, really good indie music, very sort of contemporary indie.
Do you have a graph for contemporary indie music? You have a very...
I do. I love indie. Indie probably be my favourite.
So if you were to pick a favourite artist from Ireland of all time, who would it be?
Of all time, it would have to go to Damien Rice.
Really? No hesitation whatsoever. That's a good one.
Just because
Awesome.
it was sort of who I first, got into music because of.
Yes.
It would have been sort of when I was about, I'd say, 10. My parents showed me his first album, O, and
Amazing, yeah.
From there, just
Fantastic.
fell in love with music.
What's your favourite Damien Rice song? Sorry.
My favourite Damien Rice song is Volcano. It was one with Lisa Hannigan.
Woman Like a Man. What a track.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we're kind of on the same vein with this next question. Max T-Burn, another Max, I appreciate that. Wants to know which song of your own is your favourite and why?
Oh, that is a big question.
That's another great question.
Yeah, that is a big question.
Because it can also change as well during your career. So like today it might be one song.
Say your most recent one so then you can just promote that.
Yeah, I mean, I do love Hazy. It was the one that sat on my hard drive for that long, as we were saying, but that is, I'd say maybe Sleeves, the one that I just played. It does have a bit of a place in here for me.
Really?
But just because it's about my family and stuff like that. So
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that one.
So I was going to ask you, for these songs like Sleeves and songs like, what's it, Rock the Boat?
Rocking Boat, yeah.
Rocking Boat,
Yeah.
yes. I was going to ask you, is that have you got to perform these much before? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
have you
I've
been
gotten-
like an avid performer beforehand, or is this just...
Yeah, I would have, since I released that song, I'd say about 3 years ago, I've gotten to play it a good bit over the course of, the pub circuit.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've done a few like support acts. I did a headline show twice in Workman's where I got to play that, and where else? Yeah, in Maynooth as well, we got to do a headline show in Maynooth, and that was great fun. Yeah.
And have you found it difficult to make the transition to, all of this sort of, being in front of a camera, instead of like, what I would like to describe as our natural element of just getting out there and whacking out songs?
It's a thing to adapt to, I suppose. Maybe a couple of years ago, I probably would have struggled with it a bit more, but no, I'm pretty content. You guys are making it a lot easier for me.
With our ridiculous energy.
Yeah, we try to be accommodating.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, I bought one of these incredible T-shirts off you. So they're natural cotton and they're tie-dyed, and they have this incredible stitching in them.
Thank you.
Do you want to tell everyone where they can buy those T-shirts? How
Yeah,
much they
so
are?
them ones, that is the last one. It actually sold out.
What?
Yes!
I'm wearing, I'm going to take off my jumper here real quick, because I've got a Transmission TV exclusive. So yeah, these are going to be the next sort of batch of them that we're going to do. So the idea was with the merch, I was trying to do like exclusive work with different artists if I could for like small batch stuff. So that with these particular ones, it was my friend Emily. She's running a great small company called Simply Die from Galway. So yeah, we just did a partnership and made a set amount for the merch. Yeah, that's pretty much the idea. And then the patches, I got the embroidery done, and then I sewed them all onto the T-shirts with my grandmother's sewing machine from like I think the 1930s or something. So
wow, proper custom job, like
Yeah, that's
that's
amazing.
fantastic. Fair play, to you,
Thanks,
man.
cheers.
You can see like the work and effort put into the T-shirts, though. They feel really like great quality, and a lot of thought is put into it. So
Cheers,
that's
I
what we
appreciate
love
it,
about
yeah.
merch, isn't it, Rebecca? As well, you love all that.
Yeah.
You're the merch queen, aren't you? Really over there.
Yeah, I buy 3 items of Irish music industry every single week since the first lockdown.
You should be getting them for free.
Absolutely.
Yeah, donate your merch to Rebecca, especially if you're like old school, old season merch.
take this off.
Upcoming artists, send
Dunluvly,
Rebecca free stuff.
take off your T-shirt there, pass it on down. Well, guys, anyway, let's move on to the. I don't have any more questions. Should we move on to the?
We got our another piece of fine entertainment.
We
for
do.
everybody here.
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
We do. Well, I was going to ask you.
You want to ask me?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Since you've put your big boy pants on and you've moved over from the
I
side of the
did.
stage, hiding behind Rebecca to
I
come
did.
over here. Why don't you introduce our game, our special game that we have concocted for
Concocted? Wow.
Concocted. It's
Jesus.
twice the emphasis for Dunluvly.
I don't know.
Concocted. What did we concoct? We concocted something amazing for Dunluvly this time, and it's because of Shane's history in working in a cycling shop or a bike shop. So this one is called Dun Shite or Dunluvly.
Don't you?
This is so exciting.
Oh, I forgot the E.
No, you're right.
Hope the music's playing. I can't hear it.
Yeah, that looks relatively difficult.
Yeah, that was minimum effort from my side.
That's
Apologies. I usually do better on these.
No, you're okay.
I was in a huge rush this morning.
Relatively standard
Yeah, the internet went last week. I just stopped everything.
Okay.
It just ruined everything.
Put that in like done.
Done delicious.
They're very contrasting. You know?
Don't worry.
I don't
Look,
call it shy.
you know what's going to happen? Because you don't even have to use your words, which is handy. Below your chair, you've got a series of numbers. Can you pass mine down as well? Because I have 2 over there. That's yours, Max.
Thank you very much.
And can you pass me mine as well, Rebecca? It's kind of in the middle.
Okay.
And we've got numbers between 1 and 10, right? But we've got a 1 and a 0. If it's a 10, you have to put them up separately because I'm a bleeding dope. I did it that way. So, like, that's a 10. That might be a 1. I don't even know because I don't know which way to put it. Okay. But, and we rate the situation.
Okay.
Keito, I can't hear you. Okay.
Oh, wait,
That looks relatively difficult, I'd say.
Is this the first one, is it?
Serious suspension.
We got to rate this one, okay. So we all just kind of give our numbers, which one we think is done shite. You got to say the SH.
Okay.
Done shite or done lovely.
That is done lovely, to be honest.
Did you like that?
That was some pretty intense benchmarking.
Did you know a bit about?
I know a bit. I just from the 5 years, I kind of absorbed the information through osmosis.
Right. Yeah. That's sometimes how I operate after a couple of beers. So let's put up our numbers. What do we think of that?
I only picked up a 1 and a 0, so it's getting a 1.
I put a 1 for effort. I didn't actually look at it.
Okay. I got a 6 on that one.
Okay.
Is somebody totaling these? Probably not. Okay. Whatever. Okay. So that was a 6. Guys at home, by the way, in the comments, if you want to throw in your number, what you thought of the jump there, and we're going to rate them between 1 and 10.
Okay.
On the Dunluvly scale. Yeah, you can go to the next one there, Keito. Cheers.
Oh, here we go.
All right, this guy looks like he knows what he's doing.
He looks like he does.
I think you went too high, Shane, on that one.
Okay.
We'll see.
With the 1.
Oh, did you go 1?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. Sorry, I thought you went 10.
All right.
I like this person's loose fitting clothes.
Jeez, that's bleeding fast.
Aerodynamic. Here we go.
Jeez. Oh, there's 2 of them.
What are they doing?
That was fairly done lovely.
It's a carbon bike as well, yep.
Is that the second one, is it? Or is that the first one?
It's going to get...
I think he did.
It's going to get a 6 for me.
You're going for 6? Okay, you're actually... Yeah,
really?
maybe yes.
I was going to go for... I'm not going to bother with any of the rest of these, so I have either a 6 or a 9. Okay. So I'm going to go with the 9.
Two fantastic numbers.
6, 9, eh?
I like 7. Seven's my... I like 7. 7's a good number.
Cool.
Colin's going for a 9 job.
No, with that one? Oh, totally 9. Absolutely.
Totally 9.
That'll be a 6 for me. This is kind of... Yeah, this is the intense stuff.
I like this one. I like
this has got to be the high
You can't
one.
see how
Is that
steep the hill
even
is.
like? Is that? Oh.
That's sickening. That is.
Is there going to be accidents? Because I'm really into
I have to give 5. I've seen better. I have seen better.
Well, we couldn't really see what was going on. We could
no one injured themselves. I'm going with 5.
I'm going to go for 6.
That's Red Bull Cranksworks.
No one's getting a 10 unless there's blood.
You're going for 6, yeah. We're on the same page now.
Absolutely.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Okay, so next video then. Let's see what this... Oh, is this one going to be with a train, is it? I wonder if it's going to be one of those accident ones. I have a feeling Keith put in like a funny one in because I know what Keith's like.
Are we rating the train?
I don't know what's happening. I really don't. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. He needs to catch his train. That's what he needs to do. He's in a rush.
If he hops directly into a seat now.
Oh, if he's going to jump this train.
Really.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
It would be amazing.
Yeah, jump right into the driver's seat like.
I still really want an injury, guys.
Yeah.
There's a darkness to me.
I need more lighting on me.
Oh!
That's a big jump. Big jump.
You know what? I was expecting more.
Dramatic.
I was expecting
No,
more.
I'm going to give that.
There was almost an injury. Like the only 10 I'm going to give
Try
is
hard.
like.
Very try hard. Done shy.
We're missing out on the idea of this. We need to say done shy or done
shy.
lovely.
Done lovely. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, thanks. You can get your done shy hand sewn t-shirt.
Yeah.
Dunlovely.com.
Limited edition.
Done shy on the front, done lovely on the back.
Yeah.
It's a reversible t-shirt. Depending on how you're feeling.
Okay, let's check out this one.
Oh, here we go. The high-speed chase.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Bit of dirt jumping.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Nice, a decent scenery now, I have to say. Like, it's nice to be out in the fresh air like that.
Oh. It was a mid-air pivot.
Yeah.
Nice appreciate
nice little thing there, yeah.
This is the type of thing I used to attempt when I would have been about 15 or so, and attempt putting an emphasis on that word.
This looks like so much fun though, doesn't it?
It is. Dirt jumping is definitely my favourite. It's just there's a show up in Vancouver. I think it's called Cranks Works, and it's absolutely insane. It'd be like this except the jumps are about twice as big, and people are just in flips and
the mountains are huge. It's in the mountains, is it?
Yeah, it's in the mountains.
It's a huge mountain range over there.
Yeah, Whistler.
Yeah, that's one of my passions. That's one of my goals. I want to do downhill mountain biking. Like not this one, but the other one. Not as extreme though.
I used to do it as a kid in Switzerland. We used to have these mountain bikes and we used to do little trails. Like, it was amazing.
That's where I want to do it. I want to do it in Switzerland because that's where they have like a load of bike trails. It actually looks up a lot
of trails in Switzerland.
Rating for that one. I mean, the conversation was lovely, but I'll rate the bike experience a 5.
It's gonna be a 7 for me.
For a 7.
You're going high?
Yeah, it's relatively lovely.
We're on the same vibe here.
Rebecca's going low with myself then. You guys are going mid Dunluvly range.
Any other camera angles on that? You know, I'd like a bit of context. How steep the slope is.
That's what I think is required, because it's hard to get that perspective from a POV.
Like bicycle, tricycle, unicycle.
All right, here we go. Keito's one that. I knew Keito was going to throw one in there.
SpongeBob music and everything.
That's me after a few.
Wonderful. There you go, Rebecca.
Definitely.
Here we are.
Right, well, I got to give that one a 9. Like that was extremely impressive.
Oh no.
I'm gonna give it a 14.
That's a 7.
I'm gonna actually give him a 6.
Well done. Or 41, depending on which way the camera.
I think I've done 7 for all of them so far. So 7.
But he's still going.
Fantastic.
You might get
I don't know. Actually, we're not finished yet. Yeah, in fairness, he could boost his points here now. Whatever he does next.
He hurt himself. He's getting my 10.
Do you know what? God loves a trier.
Absolutely, fair play. Second try now.
Consistency.
Oh, that almost hit the ball back.
Yeah.
On piece.
Oh, Jesus.
I hope this isn't just a video of some adults trying to learn how to cycle. We're just laughing at it.
This is like Keith's security cam. This is like not even public
it's
domain.
happening outside right now.
You're not even supposed to share this stuff.
Well, I suppose for anyone who
there you
hasn't
go.
learned to cycle yet, that would be a lovely piece of motivating.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely reminded me of that I want to get around doing that downhill mountain biking. So yeah.
Awesome. So
Really cool.
that is our Dunluvly or Done Shite. So on the whole, Dunluvly or Done Shite.
Yeah. Overall.
Overall, yeah. We can rate Keito and say was that whole experience Dunluvly or Done Shite?
For me, that was Dunluvly. That was quite nostalgic for me. Yeah, it's been
that's
nice.
cool, man. That's cool.
Nice.
We like to mix it up a little bit on the show, kind of.
For me, it's stressful.
Pete says it's stressful.
Well, I have a million things to do.
Pete says he's a million. He's locked in. He's not allowed to leave that room, by the way. He's like, we locked him in there. Look at him. It's all dark and cringy. And look, he's got McAfee there. Didn't uninstall himself.
Okay.
At all.
He definitely did not uninstall himself.
We've been having a good old chat about your music there, and as we wind it down and we have some more amazing songs to hear from you. Is there anything else you would like to promote or plug or tell us about your music upcoming release?
So in terms of things I've got coming at the minute, I'm launching. So I've got a new single coming out on July 14th. Awesome. It's called Coats. It's sort of just about. Probably about most of the people in the chat room. It's just about my friends who I got to live with for most of last year, and it's going to be launching with a website as well. I'm working with like a new management and marketing team. They're great people, and we're hopefully probably going to launch the website. I'd say around the same time as the single, so keep an eye out for that.
Amazing. We also have one last question. Leonard Archer wrote, just because I just got to laugh out with this. What artist would you rather be waterboarded than listen to?
That is a good question.
I don't think we've had a question like that before.
Never.
Caught my eye, what can I say?
I'm trying. I don't want to offend any of my friends. I don't like Tayo Cruz.
That's okay.
That's a fair one.
Yeah,
I'd say a lot of people
doesn't
might
do
agree
it.
with you actually on that one. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he won't be upset about that.
No, hopefully.
Well, now we're going to ask you any artists you know personally.
No.
You have to answer that one, by the way. No. That's cool. So listen, it's an absolute pleasure getting to know you, Shane. And guys, by the way, do check out the details are in the description as well of the video if you want to follow Dunluvly. All the details are there in the YouTube video as well. Was there anything else you wanted to say before you close off?
I think we have two amazing Dunluvly songs on the way up at the moment, which are called Hazy, which I absolutely love. That's been the one that's been on repeat here. And Thorns and Bristles. So from exclusive live performance from Dunluvly for us here at Transmission TV. We're going to be back after that performance with the Indie Drive, which is BLUESUN today.
Yeah.
So, or BLUESUN, we
haven't decided yet. We haven't figured that out. And
that's
that's featuring Archie. And as well, everybody at home, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video as well, of course. It does help us on our journey as well of promoting independent Irish artists. We do this every 2 weeks. We've actually got a show next week as well, by the way, just to let you know, because our internet, of course, went last week. So long story short, but just to let you know.
They also have a Patreon for as little as €3 a month. You can also go for the upper tier, which is a tenner and gives you unever seen before footage that is incredible. I am actually a subscriber to that, which is why it's so shocking that I'm not invited here more often.
That's great. And your check is in the mail, Rebecca. Thank you for that.
It bloody better be for the job that we're doing here today. So folks, give it up for the wonderful Dunluvly. And we will be back after a few little interesting video presentations.
Great, thanks for having me on, guys. It's been brilliant.
Our pleasure, brother.
Thank you.
Woohoo!
Absolutely amazing.
There we go.
Childish mind hooks to hosts of other voices, but the melodies and tracks are crumbling and falling through my hands. Maybe it's the shame that we hitched up all the choices. My eyes grow wide as I fixed upon this sand. Someone to manage my mind, that's not the critical type. Or maybe that's my lie. Yeah, I've come so close to beat this, I don't know why. No evidence feels right. The haze woke up last night, and I'm the only one to feed this, my hazy blind. Oh, my hazy blind. And the loops that all wear faces, my hazy plight. Oh, my hazy plight. Sometimes since those words have come to haunt me, or maybe that's just the comfort before lies ahead. I set my mind as it bound me to my own skin, and all that time I could reach you with my hands. I wonder if I'll find that I can share my mind without a looping fight. It's like no one can escape this, refreshed by night. And then I see sunrise, and it's stolen my light. But now I finally see it's my pattern mind. Oh, my hazy plight. And the loops that all wear faces, my hazy plight. Oh, my hazy plight. Oh, no lie, but I see a cold dark chest that they haven't opened yet, that they haven't opened yet. Oh, the day I opened mine, I saw them as they lay there dead. Some of them not open yet. Oh, no lie, but I see a cold dark chest that they haven't opened yet, haven't opened yet, or did they open mine? I saw them as they lay there dead, some of them not open yet. Country soul and everything you know, until the devil walks around and attempts to break me. Wandering home like a lost foe, but I brandish a look that could scare a baby. I'll steer clear from all the thorns and the bristles that embedded deep in my own sights. Tonight they make me feel alive. And that saddle sits so high, and my motivation strays. And there's so much to be shared. The light looks lonely when it fades. Open the faucet of false hope. Guess that happens when you leave it tap locked and empty. I'll blame my character for the flow. Yeah, I left so high that I forgot to brace me. It's on you, dear, just for being a perfect fit for all the holes that I tacked in my own soul, that I wish you got to know. And that saddle sits so high, and my motivation still strays. And there's so much to be shared. The light looks lonely when it fades.
The usual daily email check. Let's see who's emailing me today. Paul Archbold. Wasn't expecting that. He could have WhatsApped me, but however.
Hey Kozak, just looking through some files here and thought I'd pop you an email. Who even emails anymore these days? Anyway, I've been thinking back on all the things that we've done together for the show lately. The Whackers, the Owlad, the Indie Drives, you know that shit. Can't wait to dive into some more projects and really try and grow on what we've done so far. Anyway, look at me rambling on here when I could have easily sent you a WhatsApp or something, like a normal person really. Hope we can keep producing content, man. Hope you're keeping well, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Take care. Kind regards, Archie, standing right behind you.
It's a bit of a weird ending. What the fuck?
You alright?
What are you doing here?
I told you I'd be seeing you soon.
Yeah, but I thought you'd ring me or something.
Why would I do that? I sent you an email.
Yeah, no, but like, why are you here?
I was never even really here, man.
Where'd he go? Was I imagining that the whole time?
Fucking got you again, didn't I?
Ah, you fucking prick, you.
How's it going, everybody watching there on the internet land? You're with Archie and Kozak.
What's
that
up?
Can mean only one thing. Indie Drive!
Great! Oh, I like that whistle on that. Great. Great! Can you do that?
I suppose I could.
Oh, Jesus, you're bleeding, can you?
Do a little whistle.
That's very good. That's it. That's the freaking lad from Family Guy, isn't it? Today, we wanted something chill, but we kind of picked something in the middle, sort of between chill and sort of fun and upbeat as well at the same time, right?
Yeah, and for us, for myself and Kozak, it's also nostalgic, because the person that we're listening to today, the band that we're listening to today, gave us a lot of opportunities when we were up and coming as original artists a long time ago.
Yeah, he supported us along the way at Tickets Tees and Jackrabbit Slims when we started off. Gave you your first gig.
First gig as a previous band that we had called OTB in town. We were only starting out doing youth centre gigs, you know, very naive and not sure of how to break out into the city centre scene. He gave us our first gig in Crawdaddy.
So do you want to let the guys know, Paul?
I'm pretty sure everyone knows who it is at this stage, and if you don't, we are listening to the wonderful Brew and BLUESUN.
Whoop whoop woo! Brew! BLUESUN.
BLUESUN.
Yeah, we're gonna play and listen to Some Way. A bit of peanut stuck in my throat.
Destiny of change is surely close at hand. The fences we could mend, to which there's no end. This can't be the end. Some way I will have you. Some way show you, 'cause I want to hold you, love you day by day, some way.
world. I love these open hi-hats here now. That was really cool.
Yeah. One of my favourite songs. I remember the first time that I heard him play it in full. Old friend of mine, Michael McManus, good musician as well. We were in a band together.
Great to hear, yeah.
OTB. We went back to our old school, Patrician College, to help out with a bit of music for some of the guys graduating back in 2010. And that's when I first met Brew. Brew was teaching there. And we were in the music room, we were jamming out with an old student who was also a teacher there at the time. And Brew just walked in. Off the bat, Brew straight away, hey guys, you play music and jamming out with us. And we thought it was amazing. Yeah. You know, schools and things, usually you get people walking in and slagging you or something, you bleeding hippie, playing guitar, you know what I mean?
Alright, so that brings us on to our next song, and yeah, look, I don't know if you guys can see that there, probably not, but this is BLUESUN's Reverb Nation, and Brew's been on this for a long time. We were on it as well as individual bands. I think our profiles are still there, but he's got so many songs. I mean, there must be about 20 odd songs here, on top of the ones he has on Spotify as well. But it's so hard to choose a second song. Really? It really is. Yeah. Like, there's so many great ones. I mean, Keep Running, Happily Never After, Raining, I Call You Up, For the Last Time, Scraping, Dumped, Don't Let Her Go, Game of Life, Push Yourself, Lifeline, Convinced, great music video as well, classic Brew, you know, I mean, it's just so nostalgic, so much fun. I think we both agreed, if we're going to play one more song anyway and chat about it, it's going to have to be Game of Life.
Has to be.
Played the game of life. It isn't just a pastime anymore. Did you meet the requirements? Or were you not eligible enough? Pull up 200 yo-yos. Hey up now. You're bankrupt.
So that was Game of Life.
What a song.
I believe that was a bit of Italian at the end, wasn't it?
I believe I can fly.
Bro used to do a bit of English teaching with the Italian students.
What an amazing man, what an amazing project, what an amazing musician, what an amazing songwriter, and what an amazing friend. Yeah, I can't say enough good words about Brew. We should start saying some bad words about him.
Yeah.
Because he's probably enjoying the shit out of this.
Yeah, we're inflating his ego.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoy listening to Brew's music and seeing Brew live. As soon as you can, get out and see the guy live, because it's a show worth seeing. And Brew, from me and Kozak, thank you for everything over the years. We hope you enjoyed this.
Love you loads, Brew.
Point to the head for the mind part.
I'll never say goodbye.
Hello!
So folks, that was the absolutely amazing Indie Drive with a person who is very important to us all, a cornerstone of this Dublin Irish indie scene, that is Brew. And his amazing band, BLUESUN, RIP BLUESUN, but Do you know what? It's all about
No,
the
they're
future.
still going.
BLUESUN.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, Bruce is grand. What, Jesus Christ. So we hate to break the news. Anyway, it's like the ghost of Brew is in the comment section. Well, anyway, folks, that was
We love you, Brew. Sorry about all this.
David Douglas was delighted there for a second.
He was, yeah.
Anyway, we are back here on Transmission TV with myself, Maximillion Foy, our wonderful Rebecca Cappuccini, our brand new friend, Kozak deMars.
Hey guys, what's up? Glad we're back on the friendship train.
This is it. And didn't we have a lovely little bonded session over Dunluvly?
I think Dunluvly was fantastic, and I think it's great because like some of this stuff is partially true. So it's great to work out our problems publicly in front of everybody on the live stream. What better way to do it, right?
Absolutely. You have to go work it out. We can't hug it out. It's COVID, so we have to act out our feelings.
I think you're doing great as presenter as well. Actually, I could get used to this.
Thanks, Queer. That's just because you have a bad work ethic.
It's true.
I have a great work ethic.
I set the bar pretty low.
Shuffle some of that load over onto me.
You know I like moving my load around the place.
100%. Do you know what?
Rebecca, yeah, go on, sorry,
what? I was just about to say, I've seen you move your load too many times.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Too many times.
I know, yeah. But you like watching me move my load.
Do you know what? Listen, I wouldn't look away if it was happening right in front of me, but that's a conversation for later on.
That's basically what our conversation was before we came back into the studio. Rebecca, you're looking a little bit peed off though. What's the story with you? Because me and Max are sorted out, but what about yourself?
Yeah, look, I think I just took things out of like context because like the last 20 months have just been incredibly difficult for all of us, okay? So all us creatives have been trying to reinvent in a moment in time in a government that just doesn't really support what's going on. And I think I've just kind of hit this incredibly difficult wall that's making everything a little bit more tangible. So my feelings are a little bit easier to hit, you know, because it is possible. Like I've been in charge of over 60 live performances in the last 20 months. I've also done over 250 interviews at this point. I have obviously done everything I possibly can. I'm trying to reinvent in any way by like even merging sand art and electronic music to give people a creative outlook, you know, in this moment in time. And I just feel that we're all kind of being unfairly dismissed and not embraced and helped and harnessed in all these ways that are very, very possible because people are not being as creative and inventive as us. And the three of us especially have really worked incredibly hard to try and help everyone. So I think I'm just a little bit oversensitive.
I don't blame you. It's a load of bollocks. It really is. I mean, the amount of effort yourself put in over the past year, Rebecca, and of course all of the musicians as well that have still been working their fucking asses off and still putting stuff out, you know, without, you know, under a new process, right, without doing gigs and stuff. And then getting that news recently as well yesterday on top of everything else. Obviously that's shaking a lot of bushes now. People are starting to get a little bit pissed off. So I don't blame you for being annoyed. And you know what? I don't blame you for projecting it onto me either, Rebecca. It's absolutely fine, you know what I mean? So I totally understand. You know, maybe I didn't deal with the whole transition from Transmission Fest to Transmission TV either. You know, maybe I should have brought you on a little bit sooner. But I'm so delighted that you came in here today and surprised me. And Max, you too, man. I genuinely mean it. It's fucking awesome to have you guys here. I could totally get used to this. I genuinely mean it. So look, do you know what might make you feel a little bit better? Because I know you're so good at like interviewing musicians. You're so passionate about it. How about you pop on over to that desk and you can introduce our next guest. How about that?
With my unicorn book full of questions?
No, you can't bring that. That's mine. Give me that.
Hey, Kozak, get your hands off the unicorn book full of questions.
The unicorn.
Unicorn. You've just got yourself back in our good graces here.
I'm going to just like
enough
move
of the
somewhere.
bullshit.
I'll move over beside Rebecca. I'll keep her company here.
Hey
okay.
now.
So we have an incredible next guest. We're just going to launch me into even the Vi Queen and all her king's horses couldn't fix the music industry right now because God knows I've tried. So all the Queen's horses, welcome to the show. Woo! Hi, it's so nice to have you here. So I was obviously delving deep into music today on the way up because that's how prepared we are. You know, may as well call it off. Right. So you were obviously over in London when this creative process for what is released out there happened and you found an 8-track and that helped your creativity change differently. Do you want to talk about that creative process?
Yeah, sure. So for the benefit of those that may not know, about a year and a half ago, like I never made any original music really. It wasn't on my agenda. It wasn't something I was going to do. I mean, I could play music, but I wasn't going to be making any songs anytime soon. But we moved to London, myself and my wife, and it just coincided with COVID, and it was kind of a case of we just had to do something. Like it was kind of that or Netflix, and I just bought this kind of random 1980s 8-track recorder, and like I have a full-time job, so like I haven't a clue any of this. Like so, I just got to learn it bit by bit, and I just said for the crack of it, I'd make a few songs. Took like 2 weeks off work, and eventually made an album. And yeah, like I got up to speed fairly fast. I worked with some really good producers, Beardfire Music and Tiz McNamara, and we basically we basically put together an album, and it got a record deal, and it kind of just went from strength to strength from there. Hasn't set the music world alight, but I mean it's still something I'm really happy with, like, and I'm happy with where it landed. And you know, it won at the international songwriting competition, which was just like really amusing to watch because I just didn't expect that to happen. You know, and it's kind of got on national radio now a good bit, and it's on like a lot of publications and stuff, which was really cool to see. I'm just going with the flow of it and enjoying it, like not taking it too seriously. But yeah, it's just really random, and that's how it began in London. We moved back to Ireland, of course, then.
That's an amazing story, and it's so empowering because like all these creative forces out there that are still being able to create in this moment in time, especially someone like yourself who had never done it in that format before, in an original format.
That's pretty amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it was really crazy how it all came. I mean, it was crazy few months and years for a lot of people, but it probably was good for a lot of creatives. Like lots of people doing things that they wouldn't necessarily have done before. So yeah.
Do you think you would have done it if there wasn't a lockdown?
Probably not. I don't think, actually. We just had loads of time, and there was no one we knew around us, you know. So it was just like you just had to do something. Like whereas if it was in Ireland, I suspect not. No.
Yeah.
It's a really amazing time to come into the music industry as well. Like, you know, if you're going to do it, now is just such a strange time where, like, you know, not going through the processes that, you know, musicians would have had to go in. Like, you know, oh, I'm going to write a song, I'm going to do a gig, I'm going to book a place, I'm going to say, oh, Jesus, like 2 or 3 people think my song is great. You know, you're writing a song and you're putting it out there and you're just having to, you know, do that. Do you feel like you missed out on that, or are you accepting of the way it turned out for you?
I'm very accepting of the way it turned out. There's no gigs.
Yeah,
that's a thing. You know, it was harder to do stuff like, I mean, if you're making music, like it's been made very clear to me, you do need to make sure your social media, your imagery, your visuals, your videos, whatever, all that needs to be up to speed. A lot of that is like really hard to do in COVID. Even just recording music, going to studios, like that was quite difficult. Even practicing, you know, and actually even just recording an album, like you can't actually record with John next to you. You actually have to go over to some guy in Berlin and record it remotely. Like that's what happened with my album. Really? And a lot of the lads, the Beardfire guys, who I'm sure a lot of you may know, but you know, they gave me a band, but they also produced and gave me a sound. They did it from, you know, another part of Ireland while I was doing. It's just, that's how the album came to pass. It was very odd, but I'm very accepting of that. Yeah, it's fine.
But I think everyone in this moment in time has been really inventive. I had an interview recently with a girl who wanted a drummer from Ireland, and the drummer from Ireland, Gemma Clark from the Baby Shambles, couldn't get to her drum kit, so she rang another drummer to sing at him the drumming beat so he could actually put it down to lay it on the track. Like, this is how creative, like if you really want to create, there is nothing stopping you, only you. And I think this moment in time has been so empowering to like creative forces like that. One of the other things obviously that stood out to me is your wife was heavily pregnant when she put down the backing vocals. So as a mother myself, I'm always very, very curious about how other people feel their creative process and drive has changed upon having a child.
You know, it's a good question. To be very technical about it, like I had a child, a son, Fionnán, about 5 months ago, and like it's brilliant. but it's kind of put music on hold, which is fine. That's totally cool. I mean, I do a lot of the promo stuff and all what's required there, but you know, in terms of writing, anyway, like the songs that I write aren't necessarily coming from things that I have done. I just literally pick a scene in my head and then I just make it come out on a piano. And I may not necessarily have to have been in that scene or ever experienced anything like it, but I feel I can convey that fairly well. So is it the same after a child? I mean, I sat down the other day at the piano and I got 4 minutes, I think, before the screaming started. So like,
it's definitely different then.
Yeah, it's different, but it's still brilliant in lots of ways as well. Like, and yeah, my wife did amazing backing vocals. Sinead, she's a serious singer. And actually, I remember my mum came up from Dublin to like Mind Fionnán, and we were like just at the end of the album, and there was still a bit to do. And like I had to get Sinead's vocals onto it, like, and I just remember her singing like, and she was there with like headphones on and like the breast pump and singing it at the same time. Anyway, that's how it all kind of came to pass. It was mad, but yeah, she's a great singer.
That's amazing. So one of the other questions I really enjoy asking people, because obviously gigs are coming back. As to when, we don't know, but do you have any good memories, either gigs that you performed at yourself or gigs that you remember attending and being so blown away that you'll remember them for the days of your life?
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a lot of gigs. Honestly, I don't love the big, massive stadium gigs as much. Probably a lot of people might be the same, but like definitely the smaller, intimate ones are a lot better. I mean, Glenn Hansard played to us one night for, I'm not even the biggest Glenn Hansard fan, but like he played for 4 hours and it was striking. Like it was really, really impressive. Like, I mean, like the sweat was pissing off him until the very end. Like, and it was, he just sat in the crowd and everything. It was very impressive. I was taken aback by that. So yeah, probably that. Serious gig.
It makes sense to me as well, because listening to your music, you know, you have you tell stories of, you know, kind of smaller, intimate, you know, occurrences like Jocelyn. You know those stories of people, you know, and it's a great talent that you have. It's kind of like Leonard Cohen, or it's kind of like, you know, Tom Waits. When you're writing these stories, are you consciously thinking about, you know, planning that out? Is it pure fiction? Is it based on, you know, your own experiences? Because I know you like to use a lot of, you know, I was reading your blurb, and you know, you have all these like mad influences when it comes to lyric writing. So is like, what's the process of coming up with something so interesting?
Yeah, my experiences, no. For the most part, no, not really a thing. For the most part, it's like, right, I'm at a laptop, literally take formative ideas of a concept and then bring that to a piano and basically transform it like in kind of maybe out there esoteric kind of language that's a bit obscure but still like gives a bang. It has, when you listen and you hear it, it's meant to be, it's not the formulaic music of modern, like the lyrics are weird, like, but they do make sense if you knew the structure and the rubric of the song. But it's definitely probably not the norm. Like a lot of people write from experience. I do not. Yeah. For the most part. You still got
the little hook there, you know. You still have you know, identifiable parts as you go along the song. So even though it's kind of intellectual, it's also, you know, there's a vein of, you know, I wouldn't say commercial, because I don't want to, you know, it's insulted by saying commercial, but you know, there's that little strain like of you'd sing this song with your mates, like, you know.
Yeah. No, there's definitely parts of that for sure. Like I know in the singles that was the thing, like, but then as you go deeper into the album, it's a lot edgier. Like, awesome. But yeah, that sums it up.
Yeah, that's incredible. So, like, obviously, I have one more question. Just if you could recommend a few local artists that you would recommend, because I think it's really empowering right now to actually recommend other artists that are doing what they're doing.
I mean, there's lots of really good artists out there in Ireland. We're really lucky. I mean, just as you have me on the spot, I think of...
What is music?
Abel, ABYL, that's an artist by a very good friend of mine. he does a lot of instrumental music, but he does folk music as well. Very good friends with him. I used to be in a band with him years ago, the Nebs and Bed Stentions. And then in addition to that, there is another band, Blind Stitch, which is actually my uncle. He's a cellist. He used to be in Interference, but he's in Slow Moving Clouds, and he's about to launch an album over the next 12 months at some point, and I've heard it, and it's staggering. It's really impressive. Sarah Buckley, you probably know, she's been around for some time. She's excellent. Leon Bishop is a guy in Dublin with incredible Alt J type voice. They just jump out to me. If I forgot anyone, I'm sorry, but that's what I can.
That's okay. If you forgot anyone after intermission, we will be happy to remind you to say their names out. So anyone at home watching right now, if you want to put your Q&As in, there's one in there already. But anyone else have any great questions, please pass them our way and help us out. Right now, we're going to play the first track by All the Queen's Horses, which is called Jocelyn. Enjoy, guys, and thank you so much for tuning into Transmission TV.
And there we are.
In a ballroom at the Belfry, where the swans all sit and stare, there was a starling they called Jocelyn, and Jocelyn was everywhere. In a Brooklyn heart, and a ballroom soul, and a wanderer in full flight, she'd sing Ave Maria to Brooklyn at night. And a footloose queen, and a transient rose, and an orphan of Ireland, this world of Jocelyn, this queen of Long Island. And she understood the river of life, and she understood this young. She shone the darkest black you've ever seen in the songs that she sung. And she traveled, traveled, traveled to the United States of America, looking for some galleon heart, this wandering evangelical. And she could bring you down, down, down. She could spin you all around, round, round. Watch her disappear. And all the city lights in Dublin, and the storm clouds on Clare, they're calling out to America, and all that she has there, and all her wolves cry for Jocelyn, and her wings to take flight. But she sings Ave Maria to Brooklyn at night. And all the cellos seem to follow her like the neon lights on Bowery. There was energy in the streets, and a new music they called R&B. And this perpetuated post-war eyes brought a social class arpeggio. And they all had refrigerators, and Jocelyn had a radio. And the Beatles, Dylan, and the Rolling Stones changed the music there for a century. Jocelyn said a prayer when they shot John F. Kennedy. And an Irish soul, and a Marxist priest, and an orphan they called Bethany, at a bedsit by McCarran Park, by Williamsburg and Broadway. And at the Lower East Side, by the Bowery lights, she sang a eulogy to the sleepless. This vixen soul sang Raglan Road to guard us and keep us. And she could bring you down, down, down. She could spin you all around, round, round. Watch her disappear. And all the city lights in Dublin, and the storm clouds on Clare, they're calling out to America, and all that she has there, and all her wolves cry for Jocelyn, and her wings to take flight. But she sings Ave Maria to Brooklyn at night. She sings Ave Maria to Brooklyn at night. And a tremendous scream from the bedsit screen woke the Sisters of Mercy. And they took her cold body to the Columbia Infirmary. And she could bring you down, down, down. She could spin you all around, round, round. Watch her disappear. And all the city lights in Dublin and the storm clouds on Clare, they're calling out to America and all that she has there, and all her wolves cry for Jocelyn and her wings to take flight. But she sings Ave Maria to Brooklyn tonight. She sings Ave Maria to Brooklyn at night.
Yeah. Well, it's good you got forced. You know?
What a stellar performance that was. That was just absolutely incredible. So everyone at home that's still watching, thank you so much for watching and joining us and being here and sending in your questions, and do not hesitate to send us more. I'd also take this moment to remind you that if you like this video on YouTube, you'd be doing us a huge, massive service. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we also have a Patreon, which is for as little as €3 a month. You would be doing the Irish music industry as a whole a massive service, because we are here to help independents, and very few people are doing that right now. So for €3 a month, you get extra content and you're supporting artists, which is what we need to be doing right now. We have a question in for you right now, and it is, now that lockdown is coming to an end, will you start working on the next album? Ooh. It's a good question.
It is a good question, yeah. So I'll get the album out in September, and I'm going to plug that album for a while. I'm going to get my son to 1 year of age without any major accidents, and then I'll look to do that. That's from my friend Fernando out in San Francisco. Fernando, he wants to play on my second album. You see, that's what's actually going on.
So you're going to fly over to him then, are you? Then and record it over there?
Yeah, he's paying for it, so it's all good.
Yeah, of course he is. Fernando, you got him covered.
According to David Duggan, he only has OnlyFans. Well, boy, I only have OnlyPans, where I teach people how to cook from their houses. So we're not gonna match up on that one. But thank you so much for participating.
For David Duggan.
That's well more than £3 a month. That is.
I need to make an OnlyFans.
I have
only
been.
Bands.
Only bands. Let's do it. OnlyPans. I was thinking about the cooking thing, but OnlyFans is good. Yeah. Like, I mean, a few people have been asking for extra content, like when I'm eating food in my bath, could I send them a video of me doing that? And on a few occasions.
What kind of food do you eat in the bath?
I mostly eat cereal or food that is delivered from Loco in Waterford. So they deliver me food and cocktails.
And do you have a tray, or is it just like
Yes, I have a bath tray.
Okay,
I usually watch Transmission TV in my bath, actually, when I'm eating food. So I'll have Transmission TV on my little bath tray and my cocktails and whatever food I'm having, which varies greatly, with a warm bath, and then I'll just submerge myself in sonic waves and just cleanse my soul, and it's just heaven.
Amazing. Wow.
My son is 5, and sometimes I just need that.
You need the bath. Do you like baths, do you?
You know what? I haven't had a bath in about 5 years, but I'm a shower man.
Yeah, I'm a shower man.
Oh, I love showers.
You know, I've been meaning to have a bath, but it's been tough.
Do you know what I miss?
It's tough to get it started, you know?
Shower cans.
Shower cans.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
You're on the way for a night out, and you're having like a cold, like, I don't know, Heineken in the shower as you're getting ready for a night out. Like, that's beautiful.
I would pick a different beer, but no, absolutely, yeah. I once threw up in my shower because I had too much shower cans.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'd be afraid it would dilute the can, wouldn't it?
No, I mean, you have to kind of stick your head out a little bit. Actually, no, I mean, no, you're right. Yeah, no.
That's like the shampoo ad, you know, where your one is there, like.
You just put it in it's good for your hair as well, anyway.
Yeah, maybe get on that Heineken or Carlsberg.
Absolutely. So, okay, so shall we get back on track?
Yeah. Well, we have no more questions coming in.
What's our plan? This is it.
So let's jump in to this gaming section.
Oh yeah, so we have actually a little fun section again, and this is going to be all the Queen's horse bets.
Yes. And as the token woman of the Irish music industry, I would like to remind everyone out there that this year, an Irish woman was the first woman to win Cheltenham,
What?
Yeah. In the history of the world.
Well, at that
Okay.
time, Jesus.
On the girls.
Bet safe.
Here we go. All the Queen's Horse bets. I think I've played with her.
Have you?
Yeah.
All right, that's that little low budget intro.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, okay. So we just have to pick a number. And guys at home, by the way, you guys put your bets in the chat. Pick a number right now between 1 and 8. And we're going to horse bet.
7.
I will give the honors to Sean. Thank you, Rebecca. Sean, what number do you want to go for?
Oh, I'm definitely number 8. Number 8 has it in
Rebecca
him.
barged in with an my
7,
lovely
please.
7. And then Mr. Foy.
I'm going to go for number 4 because I feel like yellow is my colour today.
Right, I'm going for 3.
Winning all the way.
I'm going for
Ooh,
3.
the legs on 6.
Adam, are you taking part in this? No. All right. Anybody at home?
Anybody want to send us in a number?
David
All
Duggan,
right, so
we're looking at you.
Sean's 7.
No, I'm 8.
Sean's 8.
William 7.
Rebecca's
100%
7.
number 4.
And Max is.
Number 4. Number 4 with
Want
a
to write
bullet.
that down?
4 Max, yeah? What are you?
No, I don't need to
3.
write it down. I remember it.
Guys, comments, throw it in. Dave Duggan threw it in. What is he going for? 3?
He's going for 3.
He's going for 3.
I thought you have 3.
Well, you can pick the same number.
Okay.
Dave's into the 369 Tesla trifecta number, so I
then-
knew he was going to pick that one. That's a good choice. Someone's got from for 6.
Tulio G
Guys.
has gone for
Jeez, we should just do
5.
this. Like,
Fernando.
people are actually commenting in. We should actually fucking
we
do
should
something.
do that.
Fernando is
I wish I
5
could
as
give you
well.
something back. Oh wait, we
Sinead.
got jellies.
Brew number 1. First solo
Sinead
number
is a
1.
6. Okay. It's amazing.
No, don't write all their names down. It's just us.
I wrote everyone's
We can
name
already
down.
see them in chat.
Oh, yeah.
Right, whoever wins gets this bag of jellies. But then has to share it with the rest of us anyway, so.
Because we're probably going to eat it. Like.
Let's go for win bets. Yeah, we're going to win bet. No funny business, no
believe how
forecast.
unbelievably realistic
All right, here we
these
go, we're
brackets are.
horsing.
Here we go.
Any horse music? What's going on?
Horse music, crazy. Horses. Here we go.
Who's top? 3!
3. Oh, well, he doesn't have the legs for it. He doesn't have the legs
Looks
for
like
it.
one is. Oh, what's that? What's purple? What's pink?
Here we go. Go on, Pride Month.
Is that Rebecca's one?
I'm Paddy last, lads. Jesus Christ.
Shit, Rebecca, you picked 7. Oh, because it was pink.
lads.
Is it?
No, I didn't even see what colour it was.
There we go. It's a photo finish.
Oh, it's number 8.
Whoa.
Oh, no, I
I don't think anyone
came
picked
7.
one.
Number 1.
I live in number 7.
I picked 1 for Brew just because we're.
Ah,
we're
3,
looking
you
for
got
that solo
second,
number
yeah?
1.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that. Me and Dave Duggan
Good
got
work,
second
Dave
place.
Duggan. High 5.
All right,
My
let's see who
horse
gets
tripped
the
and broke
W.
his leg.
Let's see who gets the W. We need to get the W. All right, next one up. How many have we do? We'll do this until it gets weird. All right, so Rebecca, go on ahead. What are you thinking?
I'm going to go with 5 this time,
Number
please.
5, Sean, what are you thinking there?
I'm going to go 8 again, like.
8, yeah?
Canning you down twice.
Maximillion
I'm going to go
Foy.
for number 4. I just got a feeling about number 4.
Are you sticking with 4, yeah?
There's 4 of us here. Can we face it?
Oh, may the 4th
All
be
right,
with
and then
you.
guys in the chat again, like there, let's reset, throw in your things. Let's see who gets the win. Oh yeah, I didn't pick mine yet, so I'm gonna go for dos.
Oh,
That's 2 in Spanish, yeah.
Mama
Keith
B
doesn't
is
know what
coming
that
in
was.
with a 3.
Keith's not Spanish.
Okay.
Keith's not. I'm not Spanish. I hope we can hear you in
that
the
was the
thing,
name of
can
the
we?
horse, actually. The horse
No,
was
I'm not Spanish.
All right, there we go. Although you look kind of sunburned in there, actually.
Okay, Dave
on,
Duggan is
has a red
6.
glow,
Mama
yeah.
B
What's that red
is
glow
3.
about? What's going on?
I feel like that's
Are
the
you in a
bowels of
microwave
hell.
oven or something?
Fernando is 8.
All right, let's go.
Here
You
we
don't have
go.
to write it because you can just see
Oh.
it in the thing.
I have
on
a
last again.
system.
You have a mental system.
Oh,
Okay. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, up, up. All right.
I feel like
Looks
I feel
like three's gonna win
we
this
just
one, guys. I
replayed
should've
this
gone for- I
race,
had a feeling I
the
should've
same
gone
race
for
from the
three.
last time again.
Should have gone for 3 again. Geez, 3 won by a feckin' loads there. Jesus.
Just change the band name.
Sean, what happened there?
I don't know. He just
going
keeps
on?
letting me down.
Are you a betting man?
I'm not actually. No.
From the evidence of this, you're dead.
Yeah.
I don't think any. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no, I thought I came first. That's 3rd, right? Damn it.
3rd. Okay, 3rd.
Boo.
Sorry,
Anyone-
lads.
That's all right. That's just
Nobody
like.
picked 2.
It's each for themselves. Like.
Do I get
Yeah, we'll do one or two more. Let's do one or two more.
Someone actually said they don't want to play this game anymore, so I don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah. Are they like against betting or something? Or
what I wanted to ask, Champ, is this all of the Queen's horses, or are there more horses?
There's probably a couple of more horses
to be discovered.
Oh no, there's a litany of horses.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll do one more.
Like, it's
Okay.
never ending.
We could potentially be here all night.
Yeah. It's just this.
It's grand. We'll just go for whichever number gets the best.
Third time's the charm.
Right,
I'm on 4 again. I'm not changing my bet.
The low numbers seem to be doing the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.
You on for 2?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll go for 4.
Go back to 7, I think.
Bex back to 7. Did you get that down?
Yeah.
And then, guys in chat, last time. We're gonna do it one more time.
Max, Kozak.
Rebecca's 7. 4, 2, and Max, what's your number?
I'm number 4. I'm not changing my bet.
He's 4 as well, so I'm going on 4 with Max.
Let's do it.
Actually, no, sorry, I'll go 6.
You're doing 6?
You know, I'm just gonna eat one of these jellies anyway. Do you want a jelly?
No.
Huh?
All
The
good.
bag of jellies is no longer.
Kozak, stay on 4. We'll both ride that number 4 across the finish line. Together.
All right.
Like Vladimir Putin.
I'll go 6. No, I'll go. I don't know. When you say it like that.
I know, it's really alluring, isn't it? Here we go again.
My number's doing really well.
Number 5, Green for Ireland.
Yeah,
come on, divorce referendum. Oh, here I come. I'm telling you.
3 again. I should have stuck with my number. I would have won twice.
Listen, do you know what?
Very unlucky.
Maybe I don't know a lot about horses.
Well, we might well
you know what?
consider
That's
now a
okay.
name change.
Wow.
This is all
David Duggan won again, so look.
All the Queen's
Here's what I'm gonna finish up.
There you go. What else? All the
That was fun. That was great.
Yeah.
No, we finished up. It's all G.
The Queen definitely is greyhounds.
Nobody won. I came second. Anybody got close?
I came resoundingly last.
No.
Maybe a couple in the chat. Dave Duggan came first. Guys, chat. Thanks for taking part in that as well with us. Just a bit of fun. We have jellies here if anybody wants one.
We will like.
Colin, do you want a jelly?
I'm okay.
No, you jellies.
I think I'm good.
Oh, I'm addicted to getting these jellies.
They're
Great.
so good.
So that's the end of that segment. And do you want to close out, Rebecca? I don't want to take your job on you there now. What kind of friend would I be?
Again.
Look,
Yeah.
I mean, we've already just recovered from the fact that that's pretty much what happened last time. So yeah, we probably shouldn't try to do that again.
I feel like there's still some underlying feelings.
No. Look,
I forgive you, Kozak.
I also forgive you, and I'd like to take this opportunity actually to thank you for everything you've done for my personal growth and all the friendship you've provided me with. And off camera, obviously, it's nothing like what we just pretended was going on, because myself and Kozak have spent the last 20 months pretty much helping each other, coaching each other, watching each other's interviews, supporting each other, talking to each other. Sometimes I kind of feel like his work wife, you know. But yeah.
It's true. It's true. No, in fairness, you do such an amazing support, Rebecca. Like you genuinely love the independent music scene. Your passion is real. So fair play to you. No, it's great. It only makes sense to have you here, you know. So it's just a shame you're all the way in bleeding Waterford. Get out of there, will you?
I know, yeah.
I think that's an amazing thing as well, like, you know, for yourself as an artist who hasn't got to experience, you know, being as a part of this community. I think you'll be really, really surprised about, you know, how tightly knit, you know, we all are, and you know, what an amazing scene it is. So
Ireland's tiny anyway, you know what I mean? It only
Everyone knows
takes a few minutes to get to A to B, so, you know, that's what it's all about, you know. It's just being connected to each other and helping each other out as well, isn't it? And just making the community grow. So yeah, go on, close on that note. Thanks so much for that, Rebecca. That's very nice of you to say.
Thank you.
But let's bring it back to all the Queen's horses, and let's give Sean a nice promo and the last few things to say here.
All the Queen's horses, where will we find your music? Where would you like us to check out? Do you have any merch for sale or anything fun like that?
No, not merch. You can find me on Spotify. All the major platforms exist in there. There's 3 songs right now, but there's an album coming in September. And then there's a gig in Whelan's on Wednesday, October 13th.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. So tickets are available on the Whelan's site, and it would be great to see people there. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And then the album in September.
Awesome. Can't wait for it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, really appreciate that.
Great having you, brother. Great to see you again. And we're going to leave you with 2 more tracks.
2 more tracks. So My Angel Sang to Notre Dame, and I Am the Quartz, the Labrador, and the Labyrinth.
And don't forget to like the stream, guys, and subscribe to the channel as well. And we're going to be back anyway. We're going to have a bit of a chit chat before we go, so don't go anywhere. And enjoy the rest of the music.
now. Damn.
My Harlem, I keep a garden where I hunt the wolves that hunt my hound and wren. I don't wanna hear their shiny songs, I don't wanna stay here all night long. Take me to your safe house again. It's getting louder, dear, and while the time was away, all the venom in me, it slowly died away. I can't take that loss, I won't pay that way. I was never good at accepting. And my angels sang to Notre Dame, their siphon silver in their hand. The tongues of men couldn't bury me like them. The saints sang out to mark my name, and the scholars school my thoughts away. The tongues of men couldn't bury me like them. And are we watching, dear? Are we asleep at the wheel? This beehive brain said the storm clouds were real. The seventh cross on that seventh hill. With the grace of God you can mend me. The helicopters, copters, the parable proctors, they send me to hell before they send me a doctor. Bury me in Eiderdown. If they're watching then they're watching now. Take me to your safe house again. Double toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. My ducks and drakes, they've brought me trouble. This doggerel soul, it's warped to rubble. With the grace of God you can mend me. And my angels sang to Notre Dame, their siphon silver in their hand. The tongues of men couldn't bury me like them. And the saints sang out to mark my name, and the scholars school my thoughts away. The tongues of men couldn't bury me like them. And my horse, a horse, and my kingdom a horse. Settle me down and you can carry me north. Be like my bridge, be the storm in my port. Lick my wounds if I'm coming up short. Be a signet hard to befriend me. A method of madness for a widespread badness. A toffee-nosed doggerel who was born with a sadness. A difficult day in some dark apparatus. To the manner born they resent me. And my angels sang to Notre Dame, their siphon silver in their hand. The tongues of men couldn't bury me like them. The saints sang out to mark my name, and the scholars school my thoughts away. The tongues of men couldn't bury me like them. And my Ulster soul in a sight for sore eyes. Murder me backwards and we'll see it from your eyes. Watch where they're watching, so watch where the crow flies. These tripping tongues, they'll trip for a lifetime. My saints, they sang to mark my name, but the silence they met made the scholars give way. I shine on light where I once shone grey. I'm a city of stars, I'm a city away. I'm a city of stars, I'm a city away. I'm a city of stars, I'm a city away. I'm a city of stars, I'm a city away. And on the first night of October, we felt her glide through the dark. And her autumn was nearly over. We felt the trail of a lark and watched the devil make light work. for idle hands today. And we cried white horses while she led me astray. She said, no ill wind will rise up no more if you come with me. This is the last map I will send you, an armistice to flee. And rise up Maria, and rise up Lazarus, for I am the quartz deer, the Labrador and labyrinth. And there wasn't a cloud left in the sky, and Solomon stood steady at the cross. Solomon told me to think it over, that there were rumblings from Galilee across my collarbone and shoulder, and hope to die by a birch tree. There were rumors in the corridors, there were rumors in the trees, there was rumblings in the seaweed, there was discourse in the weeds. And rise up Maria, and rise up Lazarus, for I am the quartz deer, the Labrador and labyrinth. And there wasn't a cloud left in the sky, and Solomon stood steady at the cross. And I told my love, with the grace of God, of a ghost I made its presence known, and left her plight with me, with me, with me. I spoke to Solomon in the dying hours. He explained the preludes to me, and I felt his presence watch the tower as he stood guard by a birch tree. And I went to rise up and rise against this shadow, when I heard the noises of a choir, and a tear gas came from the shallows around my necktie wire. And rise up Maria, and rise up Lazarus, for I am the quartz deer, the Labrador and labyrinth. And there wasn't a cloud left in the sky, and Solomon stood steady at the cross. And I told my love, by the grace of God, of a ghost that made its presence known, and left her plight on me, and on me, and on me.
Thanks so much for coming in today, Larry. No worries, boss. Got some information here. Rogue barber, head of all lector. He's been located in Finglas. I need you to go and meet with him. Find all the information you can off him. He's a full-time mad bastard.
Someone's gonna get clipped.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. That was, by the way, a teaser for our upcoming sketch featuring Darren Conway himself, which will be out on the 9th of July. So next Friday, guys, don't forget to tune in for that. It's going to be it's going to be the most epic sketch we've done so far on the show. A lot of time and effort has been put into it, so really looking forward to it.
Done on this island of Ireland.
Of course.
Yeah, it's great fun. It is. Actually, yeah, maybe.
You know what? I think you're underselling it.
Yeah. I mean, it's got Darren Conway in it.
It's got Darren Conway in it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's got Archie in it as well.
It's got Archie. It's got all great people. Absolutely great people. So that was all the Queen's horses, guys. Rebecca did a great job conducting the interview there. Maximillion Foy, of course, did a great job conducting the interview for Dunluvly. Guys, it's been great. What can I say? Like, it's actually been really cool having you in the studio.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should do this more often.
We should. We were saying that. And it's not one of those, like, fake, we should do this more often because, you know, obviously I'm not like that. I genuinely mean it. I think it's a lot of fun working with you. It's long overdue, of course, but however, it happens when it happens at the right time. So I think it couldn't happen at a better time, guys. How did you enjoy that anyway? What did you think of the whole experience?
That was so much
Rebecca,
fun.
are you all right there?
That was so much fun. I loved it so much. They were so interesting and passionate and creative and they did great jobs. And
You're passionate and creative. You're the interesting one as well. Don't forget.
Oh, that was lovely.
You did a great job. Fair play to you. Maximillion Foy, what do you think, sir?
I absolutely loved it. You know what I mean? You do, like, I've been doing an awful lot of listening to Irish independent artists over on deMars magazine. And if you're not on deMars magazine, you're only missing out on half of the deMars experience. We got Transmission TV and we got deMars magazine, which nurtures and takes care of younger artists and Irish artists on the scene. And I had been listening to these two artists to talk to them and to get, you know, just a little piece of their story and the way they write songs and the way, you know, the differences in how we approach music was really, really amazing. So I'm really, really grateful for the opportunity to be here and to talk to all these amazing people.
Yeah, and it was just, is that mic on? Yeah, I think you can hear me there, yeah. I think it was just great fun to have that variation in sort of the question style as well, because you both have very kind of particular style of how you interact with guests. Rebecca, of course, you know, you like to delve into the music and, you know, you spend time in actually how to sort of phrase it, you really absorb the artist fully, so it's a really awesome way to kind of do it. And yourself as well, like you have a genuine interest in the person as well. It's just fantastic. Both of you are so genuinely passionate about stuff and the independent music, so it's really cool having you, like, you know. You are totally upstage me, by the way, which I'm okay with that, because I have my own stuff, my own weirdness and thing that works as well, so I'm not beating myself down, but it just works so well, I think. I think you guys are fantastic.
Natural configuration here as well, you know, yourself driving the car and us being, you know, just ourselves. I think it works very nicely.
It's nice taking turns of driving the car, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, as well, like I like chilling back as well and watching you guys do your thing. I think that's awesome as well, you know. No, I can't either though.
Becca?
Yeah.
I can't drive.
None of us can drive anyway, so what are we even talking about?
I can ride motorbikes though. I mean,
well, got the number of a taxi.
Rebecca, you have always some amazing story to tell. Absolutely love it. But guys at home as well, fair play to you for sticking around with us. I hope you enjoyed that whole show there. Of course, we were meant to be doing it last week, but we moved it to this week. We're back again next week, and then we've got one more after in 2 weeks as well. So 9th of July and the 23rd of July. We got loads of great stuff happening next week. We have Sive Skelly joining us next week, and Jay Smith, two absolutely fantastic artists, guys. I can't wait to see to show you guys them, and of course their performances that were here in Tsunami Studios, by the way, as well. So you can check out the guys if you are interested in recording in this studio or taking part with anything musical. It's tsunamistudiosdublin.com, and the link is in the description there if you want to check out, and their prices and stuff like that. Everything you can consult them straight away. They're doing great stuff over here.
Yeah, and the quality of the studio is amazing. It's beautiful in here.
Yeah, I'm just getting a thing. I'm going to give you this mic, Rebecca, because it's your mic that's actually acting up now. I'm open again on mine. So yeah, great stuff. So tell us what's rocking in your world, Rebecca. Tell us what's going on, because you're up to some great stuff. So tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so I don't know. The week after Transmission Music Festival, I took to the bed and cried, and I asked Keanu, what should I do next? Because I think a lot of people don't realise this about me, but everything I do, I take with complete heart. And when Transmission ended, I was really upset about a few things, but mostly it's a stop and go. So I took to the bed for about 3 days, and I asked Keanu, should I do more interviews? And he said, no, you need to go back to gardening.
So the very next day there was a post on Facebook looking for volunteers for a community garden, and I went down with Kiani and we started gardening, and before I knew what was happening, I'm now the events coordinator for a community garden in Waterford, and we put on gigs, and we just opened an art gallery last weekend, and we're going to have holistic fairs and yoga days and just markets, everything. It's amazing. We took over an old military barracks, which was then obviously decimated after the revolution in Ireland, and then it became a wasteland. In the space of a year, we've transformed it into allotments and a beautiful community garden. It's like in the centre of town. It has the best view of Waterford. Like, you can see my whole entire kingdom from there. So that's one of the things. And then one of the first interviews I would have done was an artist I love, because I used to go more into all the arts to try and support everyone. It's an incredible man called Sean Corcoran. And Sean Corcoran is one of the most world-renowned sand artists in, he does these creations. He was recently featured on Discover Ireland, for instance.
He was, yeah.
His eagle made it into the pictures of I can't remember the name of it, the journalistic annals of pictures of last year, was his picture of this eagle that was there for to represent, I think it was Scotland Day or Welsh Day, one of those days, and it's just so amazing. And he reached out to me and he was like, look, I only started listening to Spotify after I met you. You've been an incredible help in my musical journey. I was wondering if you could help me get electronic artists. So we launched this project called Supersonic Sand. Next weekend, actually, we're going into our
Supersonic Sand, guys, by the way.
Supersonic Sand.
Check that out.
So we're going to launch next weekend. We're going to launch chapter 5. We've already done 4 of them. So
what are some of the artists you had there? Because there are a lot of independent artists.
Yeah, this is just insane. So the first artist was a guy called Neuralis, who's based over in Norway, and he wrote his song when he was living in Limerick, in kind of an abandoned house, and it was called Hoisin. So what we do is we take the name of the song, and then Sean makes art on the beach, and then we make it into an artscape where we merge the name of the song and the name of the track into a third piece of art, which we call an artscape. So that was Hoisin Island. And then obviously we had the wonderful Stephen Brennan did one as well, which is basically the 99 of the whole entire series so far. Our good friend Wob named a track after me.
Wobbity wob, once it gets strikes again.
So yeah, out of the blue, there we are. There is now a track in the Irish music industry called The Void Queen. Thank you so much, Wob.
That must be amazing. How did you feel about that, obviously?
Well, luckily Sean was doing a business meeting with me at the time the email came in, because I nearly fainted. Because it's just, I don't know, I have nobody to ask for reference. What's it like to have a song named after you? I don't think it's something that happens.
You're going to be the person being asked now, right?
Absolutely.
So it's a massive honour, and it's obviously about a Serbian goddess. It's all about Mother Nature and nurturing and mothers, and that's why he named it after me, because he was like, look, I haven't written a track in 19 months, and this is the other thing that's happening, because I'm finally giving creators somewhere to put their music, because there's nowhere. Okay, so unless we're being really creative with stuff like this, or with the interviews, or coming up with a different way to just feature music. So it's just really, really empowering to see artists just be like, wow, I have this track. Do you want it? What? You're going to give me your music for a sand art project? This is so cool. So we're hoping to do 12 of them. But
when's the next one then? So it's next week, is it?
Next weekend. And
8 p.m.
Every 2 weeks.
How can people tune in to check it out then?
Okay, so the creative interview, which I do so what we do is we do a thing called Find Out Friday, which unfortunately kind of usually is the same week as Transmission TV, so I didn't want to say anything. But you can watch my videos at any point. You don't have to watch them live because they're pre-recorded. This is way more important. It's interactive. It's amazing. You can catch my videos anytime, so don't feel like
it's how long? It's usually 5 minutes long. I think people can jump over 5 minutes while I'm talking shite.
Okay, so what happens is you do the collaborative interview where it's Find Out Friday. Myself and Sean catch up on the project, what we're doing next, what's happening.
Also, it's a little chat, isn't it?
And then we have the secret guest come in, and he talks about his creative process. And then we talk about how we merged the 2 tracks and how that creation happened and all of that, and then how I changed a few things or how we got the tracks together and all of that. And then the next day, which is always a Saturday at 8 p.m, the video comes out, which is either 3 minutes. The videos can be anywhere between 90 seconds to 3 minutes. Those are kind of the
that's the parameters then that you're doing. Well, it's great. I think it's totally unique. Obviously, where do you see sand painting, sand sculptures and music, particularly independent music mixed, and in Ireland, it's a pretty awesome project. You do some great projects, Rebecca. You obviously, I hold all of your creativity and talent in high regard as well, of course, in driving these projects as well, because it does take a lot of creativity too, right, to sort of work with with creatives to understand them, and obviously to drive a project like that as well that's so unique. So fair play to you. Great stuff. Great having you on the show. Feck's sake.
Thank you.
Gonna get emotional here. Maximillion Foy, tell us what's rocking in your world, brother.
Oh, what's not rocking?
Because you're doing loads of stuff as well. You got Cell Games.
Absolutely.
You've got a new magazine that you're writing for as well, and you're doing a couple of podcasts and behind the scenes stuff, some Patreon stuff. Tell us all about that, brother.
So basically, we'll start from the most, I suppose, immediate thing is we're launching Dreaming Magazine, the first print edition of Dreaming Magazine. In 2 weeks' time, the pre-orders will be closed, so you've got 2 weeks to order the first LGBTQ interest. We're talking drag, we're talking queer film, we're talking all of the weird and crazy stuff that you can't find anywhere else. And we're putting it all in one massive big 6 monthly issue magazine.
That's mad. It's a physical copy.
Yeah, physical copy.
Brilliant.
It's 300 pages long. It's just filled
that's a lot.
with insane stuff. Which is crazy.
When's the next episode? When's the first one out?
The first one is out. We're taking pre-orders at the moment, and it's I believe 2 weeks' time from today.
I can't wait for it.
When it comes out. Apart from that, I'm on the usual podcasting empire, we'll say. So we have the amazing Murder Most Irish, which is one of Ireland's fastest growing murder true crime podcasts. We reached an amazing 250,000 downloads in our first 8 months, which was something absolutely just insane. And
it's so enjoyable.
It's so enjoyable. It's great crack. It's presented by Sarah Jane Heffernan and Rocket from the Crypt, and they do just an amazing job on it. And of course, I drop in with me little stupid songs at the end.
They're not
so
stupid,
it's something pretty cool. And we also have our Patreon where we do several. I think we do 3 different little mini podcasts a week now. So that's amazing.
Specifically for
Murder Most Irish. We do Friends of Dorothy as well, which is another LGBTQ podcast hosted by Kiki St. Clair and Candy Warhol, in which they take superstars from and the world of queer friendship, fandom, anything, and just bring it down. And we've had the likes of Rose McGowan, we've had the likes of Peaches, we have had Jay Rodriguez this week, one of the original Queer for the Straight Guy presenters, and of course you get me every week talking shit about the Gay Gasp, which is our weekly gossip section where I just watch the telly and talk shit.
Sounds great. It sounds like a lot better than Gogglebox or whatever that.
Well, you know what? It's a very gay Gogglebox.
Okay.
We're very gay Goggleboxers.
Oh, nice. It's great. You've got such a variety of stuff in your life. Tell us a little bit more. What else was going on?
We've all my sexy music, of course. We still got the Maximillion Foy solo stuff.
Yes.
And the latest single has been I Beat My Face, which was both an LGBTQ pride anthem, but also it is the theme song for the Murder Most Irish podcast. So the great thing about having the podcast listened to 250,000 times is that song got listened to 250,000 times as well, which is great. Fabergé Bitch was the other single that's still going. It's a good track.
That's on SoundCloud, right?
Yeah, no, actually on Spotify. We got it on Spotify. Maximillion Foy Spotify. Also Cell Games, which is myself and Tristan Carroll's little alt metal band. We're bringing the new metal back. What's it? New Year, New Metal? Isn't that what the t-shirt says?
I think that we should get you that t-shirt if there is one, yeah.
So we have our second single called Relics coming out. I think
no way, we have a name for it and everything.
It's coming out in the middle of next month. We have a few little snags in the music video because we want to do an absolutely incredible music video.
And the last one was insane.
Yeah, the last one was actually shot in my hall.
Yeah.
With a green screen.
You're just so good at that. So with the resources that you have.
It's boredom.
But you know what it is? It's boredom, but it's the amount of creativity required to work with the amount of limited resources that you have, like with regard to space and stuff like that. You are using green screens, which is awesome as well. Like, so you're really.
But I've been told not to use green screens for just black screens.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. Was that what it was?
It was a green screen. I just blacked it out. I was like,
but the lighting was good then in that case, wasn't it? So that kind of made it work.
It was an interesting project. Like it was something I do again when I'm better at it. But for Relics, we got something really, really special.
It's a stepping stone, though, right? I mean, you have nothing to it but to do it. So that for a first release, with a brand new project, is so strong.
And people like that song too. Lament Configuration, which was the first single. A lot of people really vibed with it. A lot of people, especially people who like WWE when they were younger, and like Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H and The Undertaker, they really vibed on that song because when we wrote it, it was specifically to be WWE entrance theme music almost. And this next single is like, it's the heavier stuff is heavier, the more melodic stuff is more melodic, but it just packs a hell of a punch. So it's awesome. Everything. Limb configuration times 10.
I was very surprised to hear that kind of genre coming from you as well. I mean, I knew you had like Linkin Park sort of influences as well, of course, being in what was it called?
It was
Phoenix Park,
which was I say defunct, but we don't know whether it's defunct as of yet. But it featured Matthew from Kind on bass, featured Tristan Carroll, who's in Cell Games with me, Jodie St. Clair, just an amazing group. And we raised money every year since Chester Bennington's death.
Obviously, you didn't have the gig last
name of
year.
Suicide Prevention. Now we did do one of these live videos.
Oh yeah.
And I think we raised a couple of grand every year, even taking into account that we did it, on the ground. Of course, Shane used to be in Scuba Dice, drummer for Phoenix Park. So hopefully we'll get to do that again. Yeah. But we want to look into other different ways of, just raising money for, suicide prevention, mental health. I was going to say men's mental health, but fuck that. Everybody's mental health.
You might as well generalise. I mean, there's no gender or anything.
That's on the way. You never know, but that's where Cell Games came out of anyway.
Great.
Myself and Tristan, we just loved doing that sort of shit.
Yeah, it's great to, you seem to have a lot of variety in your life as well. Same as you, Rebecca. I mean, both of you are such a variety influenced, I suppose. There's so much that maybe you need to be doing, isn't it? Like even myself, you get bored, I suppose, if you don't express. We've got so many different ways of expressing ourselves.
But
as well.
Talking about that, so obviously you're doing this now to pass the time until you can start performing again. But I think everyone at home should probably know that.
What do you mean pass the time? No, this is my fucking career. What are you talking about?
No, that's where we're different, right? This is my career. This is what you're doing to try help people.
No. You think you're better than me?
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. What I mean is you often forget that this moment in time will pass and you are a creator and you released an incredible song right before all this hit. Absolutely. And then during this time, you then released an incredible lyrics video, and that's amazing. You're also in the best Bowie tribute band in the country, okay? Those are things that should be talked about. It is true. I've decided.
Well, thanks very much, huh?
You don't even need the hat.
I don't need the hat anymore. No, the hat's gone.
That was just a vessel.
That was temporary. That was holding in my creativity.
Exactly.
Now my creativity.
By the way, Dave, this is my job. I'm the one doing it all for you.
Oh, Keitho, what's up? Sorry, I forgot about you.
Can you hear me in there now?
Sorry, Keitho, yeah.
Am I too loud or not?
No.
I'm good, yeah. No, because I need to make sure the balance isn't too loud on me back there.
You're very balanced.
Very balanced.
Like low, I need to be low, yeah.
It's true, Keitho now, I have to say, I met you at Transmission Music Festival, and I haven't ever seen a man to keep his composure under stress quite as well and micromanage an entire 10-hour live stream.
Yeah.
It was...
Usually I get paid a lot of money for that stuff, but Dave wriggles me in all the time.
Well, you got paid. What are you talking about?
I got the donation help,
there.
And but most of that, obviously, as you know, went between all loads of stuff.
He just says that every time. It's loads of stuff. I should have gotten paid.
I paid out a lot of that to the texts and all the stuff. I hope you paid these guys.
Let's not talk about that.
I just remember pumping a lot of my own stuff into it and trying to get sponsors. That's all I really remember, Keitho, but we're not going to talk about that. What we are going to talk about is how amazing you are behind the cameras, and that it shouldn't be forgotten that the crew are actually the people who build the stuff that we need to actually shine a light on. Shine a light, she said. On performers. And if it isn't for people like you, we have nothing. So I am ever grateful for meeting you and every single thing you do out of the goodness of, creation for helping artists.
It's the amount of texts I meet, it's always they really are the backbone of all the stuff, the artists create all the music and all, but no one will hear them if it's not for us.
Without crew, we've nothing. Did you see the crew Valentine's Day cards I was making there? Valentine's week.
He's not on social media.
Oh yeah, you're not on social media.
Well, he's on Alt Tech.
I'll show them to you later, but on Viking Promotions, which is my company, I decided I wanted to send love notes out to all the crew. So I had to Lampies, you light up my life, and to sound engineers,
lovely.
You twist more nozzles than I have mood settings.
Well,
it was good,
That's great. That sounds I'll fucking chat you up afterwards and find out.
Keto.
You really turned my buttons.
Keto's getting stuck in there. Look at that. Well, there's your payment, all right?
Smooth one.
You get a mot after this.
Well, hey, there was something I wanted to say just before I finished.
Keto, whatever you need to do, brother.
Just before I finished was,
absolutely.
These are terrible, terrible at horse racing betting.
That is true. We actually are really bad at that.
So I love you, leave it on.
Nice one, Keto. Nice one. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, no, that was fun. And Keto, honestly, having the crack there with Keto and stuff like that. But obviously, Keto is running such a hard job there in the background. Like, it is mad what he is capable of doing. So, just want to thank him again there, so I don't sound like a dickhead because Rebecca thanked him there. So thanks very much, Rebecca. So anyway, let's finish up anyway, guys. Sure. Fucking lovely as in leave yous. It was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much for having us.
Want to keep doing this? I'd love to have you back again.
Sure, I'm only down the road. You're
only down the road.
A little
Rebecca,
bit further down the road.
We got to swindle you a little bit. We need to persuade you a little bit more to get out of Waterford for a little bit. So maybe we'll come up with some sort of a plan to sort of kidnap you every couple of weeks. Maybe it'd be great to have you up here. We need another chair, maybe. You know, I felt kind of weird sitting on that Gibraltar footstool. But anyway, that's grand. Guys at home, thanks so much for tuning in. We had the amazing Dunluvly on the show. We had all the Queen's horses. We had Archie Skit. We had Archie Skits, by the way, is on Instagram, so do check him out. All the details as well to follow anybody and everyone are in the detail of the transmission video. I don't have these guys in there yet because they totally surprised me. So I wasn't expecting them to come down at all. But you know where to find them out. Viking Promotions. We've got Maximillion Foy as well, so they'll be easy enough to find on social medias. Don't forget that we do have a Patreon, as Rebecca awesomely mentioned twice there on the show. You can check out our Patreon. It starts at £3. Like, honestly, like, it actually does it goes towards this. It doesn't go into beer. It doesn't go into smokes. It doesn't go into burritos.
You wouldn't even notice £3 going out of your account.
You wouldn't.
Like, once a month.
You wouldn't.
That's less than a pint. I got stung up here. They're like $6.40 for a pint. I haven't seen the likes of that in years. Like, maybe that's why I stay away, you know?
Yeah. That's that creamy burrito that you put on.
It was the weird burrito. It was supposed to be vegan, but I don't even know.
Exactly. You can get 2 transmission TVs for the price of 1 point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually get a subscription for your friend who would love you because they're helping the music industry, which is the biggest gift you can give anyone right now. Supporting artists right now is the biggest gift you can give all of us right now. So for £3, like this video, subscribe to this channel, come find me. I'm mad all of the time.
Yeah, that's a Dunluvly deal there, guys. So, go on, we're going to leave you because we're a bit over time. So see you all later. See you all next week.
Folks.
Next Friday, don't forget. Chat to you. Bye-bye.